This is a view looking down into the J6M1 chamber. The stainless steel refrigeration ring is removed just to make it easier to get at the Rotor-Mate gyro and make changes. Otherwise it's very difficult taking the entire machine apart each time. This is the Rotor-Mate, and you can see the cuts that were made into the metal plates to try to remove mass. Not sure that it wasn't a mistake to do that, but this is the present condition of that assembly. I'm going to load this container onto the fixed angle rotor, and just wanted you to see that it's just a little over 500 grams. I'll now install the 500 gram container in the fixed angle rotor. I'm going to begin operating it at 800 RPM, and I'll call out the RPM as I increase the speed in 100 RPM increments. It's pretty much at mass center at about 600 RPM, but at 800 it's completely smooth. I put another little container over here just so you can watch as the vibration to the chassis increases, and we'll start that now. So 100 RPM. 200. 300. 400. 500. 600. 700. And 800. So at this speed, clearly the rotor has assumed mass center. Everything's smooth. There's very little vibration to the chassis. When you put your hand on the machine, there's practically no vibration. But now I'll take it to 1500 RPM. Alright, it's now at 1500 RPM. There's still very little if any vibration to the chassis, as you can see by the secondary water container setting there. And you can clearly see that the rotor is operating off center or at mass center, about I don't know, maybe 3 millimeters. I'll now take it to 2000 RPM. And now this nasty noise is being communicated from the chassis. There's still very little vibration in the chassis, but it's very noisy. You can see the water bottle is very stable. I'll take it to 2500 RPM briefly. You can see the noise just increases to a very loud state. There's still very little vibration, but my jury-rigged door latch override just fell off a piece of tape. But that's pretty much the show, as it just as the RPM increases, there's just tremendous noise, and although there's really not much vibration, as you can see, you just see a tremendous amount of noise. So I don't know if this is something that can be satisfied by different acoustic damping mechanisms. I think it's probably too much for that, but something else is still wrong here. I'm going to, just for review, I'm going to show a very similar amount of vibration percentage with the headish rotor, just to show that for whatever reason it seems to operate just fine. So I'll do that next. So just for review, the 500 grams and the roughly 40-pound fixed angle rotor is about 2.6%. Again, it's a concentrated load. Here I'll load these two tubes of assessment tubes loaded with BBs into the headish rotor. This is a 10.5 pound rotor, and of course it's concentrated, and you'll see I'll operate this at 3200 RPM, and you'll see that it it works just fine. So and of course the rotor is also offset about the same amount of, the mass centering, about 2 or 3 millimeters. And it's worth noting, as I've said before and shown before, the Rotor-Mate rotor, which is only a 1.5 pound rotor, I can operate it at almost 5% concentrated mass imbalance. So something is, there's something mysterious about this that, it needs to be addressed.